Good evening, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your evening review, recap, wrap-up, whatever you want to call it. We're here Wednesday night heading into Thursday. So we had another look. We've been talking about dip down, slow bleed. Dip down, back up, slow bleed. Dip down, back up, slow bleed. Dip down, back up, and we are slow bleeding. Just drip, drip, drip. New all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high. So they took it up to 44.98 today, just shy of the 4,500 area. They've currently brought it back down into the 85s, 87 or so. Let's look at the hourly. So here's your hourly chart. And I had talked during the midday and this morning, basically this Bollinger bandwidth was as tight as we've seen since April of this year. And this was way more sustainable than that was back then. You saw it lift up. There was really only one trade today. Chopped off the open. It gave you a long right around the 85, 86 area, which was fine. It got up into 98. It's backed off a little bit into Globex. We grabbed what we could out of it. And it's just a matter of being opportunistic. This market is forcing you to be opportunistic. It is double dog daring you to overtrade. It wants you to overtrade and burn commission and turn your broker into a hero and get nice and frustrated and be all out of patience and trader psychology bandwidth just as it's ready to go ahead and start moving again. Don't fall into that trap. Just don't. Do not fall into that trap. So I'm going to zoom and you can see, just consolidation. We lift up to 98s. They bring it back, and we're back to the hourly mid-band. I'll be very interested to see if this 88, 89 area seals off. You got the hourly mid-band, 88.70. 5-minute mid-band has come down to deal with it. You've got volume-weighted average price. VWAP is at 90. Our proprietary moving average is at 91. So 89 to 91. If you want a bull-bear area for Globex, for my friends across the pond, that's really, you want to be long above, you want to be short below. So we'll see how this plays out. So here's your 5-minute chart. Like I said, 89, 91 are going to be the key. There's your high. Pretty flat line, beginning of Globex, down. And if they can seal this off, then, as we back out here, you want to get down into where you were pre-market. 78.25. If you can break that, you can stretch your legs a little bit. Start getting into, 74s, things like that. Nothing dramatic, not unless there's news. So in the bigger picture, you basically have something that's had absolutely no interest at all in approaching the 9-day, weekly pivot, all that. Now, everybody's talking about, Jackson Hole and Powell, Jackson Hole this, Jackson Hole that. I don't know. If he speaks and there's a reaction, as far as what we're doing, we'll treat it no differently than we would an employment report or FOMC. There will be a reaction range. We'll track that range. We'll see if there are being lower highs or higher lows being made within that range. And then we want to break out or we want to break down. And if it's just going to chop, well, then, we go get another cup of coffee and we're not interested. This tape, as far as do I want to be super active, is guilty until proven innocent. You have to go into the day and say, I want to be opportunistic. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm not going to chase my tail back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to make this market prove to me that this is an opportunity that needs to be traded. And, we were fortunate enough to get into the 85. It converted our upper level today. It tested its support. It made a higher high, and off we go. But how many opportunities will there be tomorrow? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm definitely not a wizard. We'll have to see. Hopefully a lot. Maybe some. Maybe none if it wants to tighten up again. And don't forget, it is August 25th going on August 26th. Labor Day is right around the corner. It is the end of summer. So, a little bit of this is seasonal as well. All right. Everybody have a great night. Be safe, be healthy, take care. Trade them well. Come check out the room. Come check out the private Facebook group. Come check out some of the trainings that we've been doing. One of them is really pertinent to what we're talking about. We alluded to it this morning. The 5 things you need to know. The first one is, why are you trading? Know why you're trading. Is there a setup? That's a good reason why. Are you bored? Not a good reason why. This tape leads to bored trading. Don't trade because you're bored. Don't trade because you're trying to stay busy. That's not a real reason to trade. That's not a valid why. That's a very potentially destructive why. So if you want to learn more about that, come on in. It's good training. About 20 minutes. Covers a whole bunch of stuff. And it's really a jumping off point for us for some of the courses and the coaching and the things that we're going to be doing that we're launching beyond the chat room that we've been running for 10 plus years. I really want to get into teaching again, more teaching. I love to teach, and I love to teach people how to do this stuff. So have a good night. We'll have the morning webcast. Take care, be well, and I'll talk to you then.